Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another week of tips. Round one. What a hectic week it was. Might even rewind back to the tape. I actually did alright. As you can see there, 7 out of 9. I tipped the Tigers. I forgot to mention I did change it to the Pies probably about an hour before the game. I was flipping the coin throughout the week and eventually went to the Pies. So my apologies, I didn't add that in. Got North right, Melbourne, Sydney, GWS, Essendon, Freo. Bit of an upset there, and also a bit of an upset at Adelaide Oval potentially, depending on what the odds were. So happy with the first week. Better than what I usually go, and I was even thinking of changing other ones as well, and I'm glad I didn't. Got to stick to your guns sometimes. Except for when you change the Cats to the Pies. But we've got Geelong again early on in the piece Thursday night, who will be going up to the MCG to face a rampaging Carlton side. Going to be a really tough game. Very tough indeed. I will be tipping Geelong just. I think it's going to be much closer than last time. Last time was probably about 5 or so goals in it. Late in the year, we're at probably our peak, and Carlton were probably not quite at their absolute best, and maybe have had a few injuries as well. We don't lose 2 in a row very often, and this one's a coin toss as far as I'm concerned as well. Definitely think those odds are quite handsome either way you look at it. Gamble responsibly, of course. But I just feel like the Cats are very proud. They don't lose 2 in a row very often, and still played great footy against the Pies, at least kicking accurately. Without doing much in field position, and not they'll be better in the stoppages, you would have thought, the week after. Anyway, that's enough of that one. Moving on to the Friday night game, get another big game we've got here. We've got Brisbane and Melbourne Demons. This will be a massive clash at the Gabba. I believe Melbourne absolutely trumped in there last time, and it's going to be a big game. Like, if Brisbane have to win, but I just suspect the D's over the journey have had a really good record. They defeated them in the final at the MCG. Melbourne were a bit underdone, didn't kick straight, as we can see, but traditionally they have a great record over them, and they looked menacing at the MCG. So against the Western Bulldogs, therefore I think Melbourne will win. At the MCG, once again, we have the Magpies, Port Adelaide. Big game. There's a lot of big games this round, though. The Pies got the job done over the Cats, and I think they'll do the job again, defeating Port Adelaide, who, were very impressive over the Brisbane Lions. Although, I think, the Pies will be right there again this year. I had them in my top 6. Very tough to beat at home. Got a jovial crowd there. And Port, obviously really good performance. I don't think it'll be good enough to translate to the MCG. However, it'll be a crazy upset if so. Then we move on to Adelaide Oval. We have Adelaide hosting Richmond in, again, another potentially 50-50 kind of game. Adelaide on the improve, ran out of gas late. I am leaning towards Richmond just with their star power across the board. Really strong midfield, forward line, back line maybe not as strong. The Crows are very tough to beat over there, though. I don't know what happened last time. Maybe the Crows won. They did, and it was a good win over there. Guess it was. Going to be a close one. I'm going to go Richmond just. Don't know how that'll go, though. Then we move on to Marvel Stadium. We've got the Western Bulldogs and St Kilda. Again, a really tough game to pick. Ross the boss, has done some really good things. And, it's a real bit of a coin toss, this one. I'll be going the Western Bulldogs to respond. The Saints will definitely make it difficult for them to move the ball and get a good score on the board. So they'll need to be effective in the stoppages. I reckon they're just slightly better than the Saints, even with, with the personnel out. We'll see how it all translates and see if it's replicatable across many weeks of football. We'll wait and see. Then we go to Optus Stadium. The Saturday night, Fremantle hosting North Melbourne, and what's going to be a big game, really. I mean, you don't want Freo to be 0-2. You would suspect that they're good enough to get the job done. And Clarko, can do some magical things. I don't think he's going to have enough magic to get the job done over Fremantle over Fremantle. So I think the Dockers, to respond. Pretty proud side, good side at home. I'm happy to go with them. Then we have Sydney and Hawthorn at the Sydney Cricket Ground, the SCG. Hawthorn weren't much top last week. Should respond, should play better, but Sydney at home is a tough proposition. Grand final side last year. Incredible youngsters, and Hawthorn too many youngsters. And playing away is going to be tough. So I'll go Sydney. Let's get the job done there. And the second last game of the round, we have Essendon facing Gold Coast. Again, what a spicy clash this could be. Bombers very impressive over the Hawks, who were quite disappointing, has to be said. Gold Coast didn't really fire too many shots against the Swans. I'm happy to go with Essendon at the home deck. They got it done pretty comfortably last time as well over the Suns at Marvel. And looking the goods early, we should have some confidence up. And should be a close game, you should suspect as well. At least closer than what it was last week and what it was last year between these teams. I think, yeah, the Bombers too strong. No 2 metre petter though for a little while. That's going to be tough. But that moves us to the final game of the round. We have West Coast and GWS. This one's at Optus Stadium. Tricky one to pick, really. I'll go the Giants. Don't have too much faith in the West Coast Eagles. Looks like they got the chocolates the last couple of times as well. Eagles clearly have struggled. That would have been home for the Giants those last 2 times. So they wouldn't have had too many wins at the West, if any at all, because they have been a pretty good side. Although, yeah, like what the Giants did, good comeback. Don't have enough confidence to tip the Eagles yet. They could win. Italian herbs and cheese sounds good to me. Let's review. So I've gone Geelong to respond, get a win over Carlton, then Melbourne, Collingwood, Richmond, Western Bulldogs, Fremantle, Sydney, Essendon, and GWS. Look at that, gone a bit of favouritism there. But I genuinely believe those teams will win. Any 50-50s. Obviously, the West Coast Giants could go either way. I believe this could go either way. Okay, there's probably about 4 games that could go either way, and that's just what I think. A lot of them 50-50s. Submitted those. Those are my tips for round 2. Right there, guys, submitted. As I was at the game on Friday night, I changed it then and there. Didn't get around to updating the YouTube comments, but if I do change my mind on any of them, I'll let you guys know. Thank you for watching, and also don't forget to comment your tips down below. Subscribe away so you can keep up to date with my picks for each week of the season. And don't forget to tip the bell over. If you want to basically get notified the moment these come out so that you're all up to speed with what's going on. Guys, appreciate you watching on. Once again, take care, and I'll see you all on the next video.